Here's a problem on the kid bindings because they do not have enough room to actually screw in, and a lot of the times they will strip in the back, so you want to be careful that they don't strip. This is one that I've actually had stripped in the back, so hopefully you guys don't strip it if you are trying to get these screws in, especially towards the end, so towards the back and towards the front. Those ones will strip if you apply too much pressure, but first thing you guys want to do is put some pressure downward onto the ski. So I'm going to put as much pressure downward onto the ski when I'm screwing these things in. If you have one that's close and you want to make sure it does not strip, you can loosen it out and then apply the pressure and screw it back in with that pressure on. So you want to make sure the binding is flat while you're screwing it on at all times. You can clamp it on as well. If you guys have a clamp, that's even better. This is a low pressure clamp, but you guys can get something a little bit higher pressure as well. So you can clamp it on just to hold that super flat onto the ski. And now we're going to try to screw this thing in. So this one is actually one that's stripped. And if you guys get one stripped and you're at a shop, you can remount easily. That's something that they can do at a shop very easily. But if you strip at your house and you have no other option, as long as you're not skiing in the next 24 hours, Gorilla Glue is actually stronger than most holes. You just cannot have more than one strip. If one strips, that's fine, Gorilla Glue it. If two strips, go and get it remounted. That is generally how it goes. So I'm going to just show you guys this for home purposes, because a lot of you guys don't have a jig where you guys can just remount. Let me grab this, and there's one of our... Alright, so we're going to coat the bottom of the screw here. We're going to coat it just like it's already coated on here. That's the coating that we put on there beforehand. I'm going to coat it with Gorilla Glue. So right here, just the very end piece, I'm going to put a little bit of Gorilla Glue on there. And I got some on my bench, that's okay. And I'm going to get just the end over there with the Gorilla Glue. Once again, we want to make sure this is flush when we're screwing it back in. Hopefully you guys can just screw it down so it's flush and you don't have this thing stripped, but this is just in case you strip it at home. You're going to want to do this. So I'm going to go in with my hand tool. Make sure you are using a number 3 on your bit, and I'm going to screw it in until it's snug. So once again, you're going to have two hands. You're going to be pushing down on the binding, or you're going to have a clamp like this so that you guys do have that pressure downward. I'm also pushing down on the screwdriver as I'm screwing it down. And I'm going to get it so that it is snug, and I'm not going to get it past the snug point. So as soon as I feel with my hand that the tension is getting to the point where it is snug, and we're still flat on here, we're not raised up, we are good. That is good to go. Check all of your bindings. Make sure that none of them are lifting up in the fronts or the backs. Make sure you don't have any light shining directly underneath the screw. So shine a light. If you see a light shining underneath the screw, it's raised up and you want to get it down a little bit.